UMBC's monumental upset of Virginia was the first and only time a 16 seed defeated a 1 seed. The 1 seed is now 135-1 against the 16. Number 2 seeds are 128-8 in first-round matchups, while the 8-9 game is literally a coin toss, with each winning half of the games played. That's the way it's supposed to be. Right?
That's right.
All right, let's run through the brackets one more time. The blue numbers to the right of the team's names are their overall tournament seed. Let's begin in the upper left, where Duke is the number 1 overall seed. Clark, in the East.
Yeah, you know, you look at Duke, and I think Duke gets to Minneapolis. They're an outstanding team playing at a high level. You take a look at some teams that I think could surprise. I like Liberty. I love the Liberty Flames. I like their balance. I like their three-point shooting and their defense. Mississippi State has been hot and cold defensively. They've got high-octane offense, but I like Liberty to grab an upset there in that 5-12 matchup.
And we talk about overall seeding mattering. You know, Michigan State being the 6 instead of the 5 means that they are able to be paired with the number 1 overall seed. And I think those two teams are on a collision course for the Elite 8. I think Virginia Tech is a team to watch, probably because they've already beaten Duke this season from the same conference, getting their point guard back. Of course, Duke did not have Zion Williamson for that game. But, you know, I'm the upset guy.
Yes, you
are.
I'm normally very tame about picking upsets on television, but I'm going to give you Liberty to come out of that 12-5 game. The 12-5 spot is the one where over 75% of the NCAA tournaments you see the 12 beating a 5. I think that's what happens in here. But I also think that Belmont is going to beat Maryland and move on as well.
All right, let's move down the left side of the bracket, which is headlined by Gonzaga, the 1 seed in this region and number 4 overall.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Gonzaga gets to Minneapolis as well. I love the balance of this team. Getting Killian Tilly back should be helpful to them. Buffalo's a team. That 6th seed is well-earned and well-deserved. They'll be challenged by whoever comes out of that Arizona-St. John's game. But a Buffalo-Texas Tech matchup is one I'm looking forward to. Murray State takes out Marquette.
Pick out
look at you!
Yes,
Picking the 12 over a 5. I'll be a little bit more tame in this one. I like the Florida Gators to get by Nevada. That's going to be my upset special there. Florida lost a lot of close games in the SEC, but they control
and they defend.
Pace, and they're a good defensive team.
All right, let's jump to the top of the right side of the bracket, where Virginia is the number 2 overall seed and the team to beat in the South region as we start, Clark.
UC Irvine is the team that I like the best. The Anteaters to surprise Kansas State.
Are you saying Virginia's not going to make it to Minneapolis?
No, I had to be not this time. I only had a 10-second shot clock.
You're never going to be short.
He's never been short. I'm the short one here. Okay. I'm going to take for my upset special. I do like UC Irvine, not only to win that one, but I think they're a Sweet 16 team. And also Oregon is maybe the hottest team in the country right now. And I think they're going to beat a beat-up Wisconsin squad in that first round.
And finally, we slide down to the lower right, where North Carolina is the 1 seed and 3rd overall.
And I've got Houston coming out of that region. If there's a team that could upset the apple cart, the Iowa State Cyclones have played really well to winning that Big 12 championship, but I've got Houston making their way to Minneapolis.
Greg wants me to take Iona to destroy whatever's left of my credibility. I'm not going to do it, Greg Gumbel, but I will give you the Aggies of New Mexico State. I love teams that win. Winning is a habit. I know Auburn coming in hot, winning the SEC tournament, but I think the Aggies, and again, I think Kansas is limping to the finish line, and I think the Aggies have a great chance to beat the Jayhawks and be a Sweet 16 team.
Final 4?
My Final 4 team. Well, I got out of the East. We're going to have the Duke Blue Devils. And then they're going to beat Michigan State in the regional final there. In the West, I like Gonzaga to beat Texas Tech. In the South region, I'm going with the Purdue Boilermakers. Purdue, please, they haven't been in the Final 4 since 1980. I'm begging you, get there. I think they will. And then Kentucky. And, of course, we deserve a Duke-Kentucky championship game. The Blue Devils are your champion.
All 1 seeds other than the Houston Cougars. And I like Gonzaga to win it all.
Wow.
Well, we already discussed some double-digit seeds that could win. We'll see what turns out after the round of 64.